This is the finale of The Handmaid's Tale. We have so many things to say. It's episode 13, The Word. June, do you agree or disagree with how it goes down at the end? Serena, hold the baby or not? And then a lot of violence. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Whew, yeah.
Burn it down. I'm ready.
Yes,
burn it all down.
Ready for the revolution.
Oh, yeah.
I've been ready.
The resist.
Yes.
Resist up.
This is The Handmaid's Tale After Show. We're talking about episode 13, the finale. I warn you, there's probably going to be some swearing, because they swear on this show, so come on. But anyways, oh my goodness, so much to talk about. My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my amazing panel.
Hey everyone, I'm Lesley Powers.
Hey guys, Veronica Barriga.
And it is Takira Shipwright, and we are all resisting in our red today.
Yes.
Did you notice?
Shout out. Did you notice?
Hashtag did you notice? Make sure to tune in because stay with us because we're going to break down the episode. We have our Resist Sister, which, oh my goodness, the show got over 20 Emmy nominations.
Well deserved.
We're also going to talk about the future of Aunt Lydia and other important tweets that are out there in the Twitterverse. So, overall thoughts.
Oh, I just don't even know.
Right?
When is season 3? That's my overall thought because I have to wait a year and I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
And I was screaming at the TV as everybody was at home, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
those are my initial thoughts.
Lots of surprises. This did not go the way I thought it would go, and but it's hard. It's hard to without going deep into it. So we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Takira?
All I want to say was I daydreaming? Like, I was like, what? Blinked, something crazy happened that I know we're going to talk about, but I was like, whoa, is she daydreaming? That was my question for the day.
What is happening?
I've been angry since I watched it earlier today, so I'm just like, just so frustrated.
mad.
Which we'll get in. Yes.
I'm just mad at cars
I was ready to
and
flip a
traffic
table afterwards, which we'll get into that. We do have Takira over in the live chat, so if you're feeling the same feelings, feel free to share them with us. Leave them down below if you're watching this later. Also, we have a special prize, too. Would you mind describing that?
Yes.
So, we're going to do this. Leave a comment down below. Say the word pillow, and then, like, your favorite thing in the finale. So your favorite thing, either you loved or hated in the finale, and include the word pillow so we know you want this, and we will mail it to you.
Yes,
for
we
free.
will. Yes.
The pillow, though, I
Praise
love
be
it.
Aunt Lydia.
It's like, is Aunt Lydia resting?
Ah!
She looks very upset.
Yes.
Resting in peace, R.I.P. I don't know.
All right, the beginning, one of the biggest topics. We got June at the very beginning and kind of the concept of what we leave behind when we die, because it's Eden, she's gone. Heretics, they're just animal feed. Yay.
I know. I was like, that's lovely.
You're like, oh, okay.
Like, what animal am I being fed to?
Exactly. I don't want to know.
A pig?
Then they point out she says that all we leave behind is the uniform, but then it kind of is like that labels are our uniform, because she says all the other words besides like mother and or wife, queen, and like
whore.
Martha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Do we like the direction that went? That your label is kind of like a uniform.
Yeah.
And depends
Yeah.
on if you
It's
change
like,
it or not.
It's like your reputation.
It is.
Also, was it weird that I was wondering like what scent that the clothes were washed in? I'm like, do they have like fabric softener in Gilead or?
Probably. Well, no, they're
Probably.
hanging up to dry, so probably not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's way too much technology.
Weird thoughts
they
that I
would
have
never
during
welcome
Handmaid's
that. A dryer.
That's true. Dryer.
So in talking about Eden, did anybody wonder if Rita had a child at all?
Ooh.
She doesn't give me that vibe.
Okay. I'd wondered at another point if she had kids or something.
I think in season 1 she had mentioned having like a high school kid, or
Oh, interesting.
maybe I don't know if I
Maybe a grown child by the
a grown
before
child.
it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not like a baby.
Yeah.
No, not like a missing baby.
I feel like she would have been a little bit more understanding with Eden if she did.
Yeah. Well,
And
because
she was
she.
beating herself up about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
They all felt guilty.
Said I didn't say a kind word to her.
Yeah. I like Serena June goes, I slept with her husband.
Yeah.
They're trying to
She's like-
outdo each other with who's more guilty.
It's like girl talk.
Yeah. Who was surprised by the Bible reveal that Eden had? That had written notes. It took me a second because they're like, oh my gosh, we found a Bible. I'm like, okay, cool. And then they've written, Because then she can read and write, because we all wondered that.
No, it took me a minute to be like, why is this such a bad thing? And then I was like, oh, the finger, they alluded to it the episode before, they can't read, they can't write, all that, so it makes total sense.
Yeah. So I read online, people were saying that was such a huge a part of her identity. She grew up reading and writing before the world changed, so it was something that the character was unable to like let go of, because it was, you know, such a strong part of who she was.
And she was trying to understand it. And I thought that was just so sad, because maybe she didn't understand all of it, or why.
She's 15. How could she?
Right.
Why she was getting murdered for, you know, for her sins.
Yeah, she knew life before Gilead, and so the transition for her, that's what that was exactly.
Yeah. Aaliyah Jordan in the chat said, no wonder Eden was so effed up in the head. I mean,
seriously,
you know,
when you know that,
so
Well, it doesn't seem like anybody was really explaining it to her, which I know we're gonna get to later, but I don't feel like anyone's talking to her about it.
For, and they can't have it.
Yeah, don't ask questions, just follow the rules, right?
Interpret
and
all
if you
this.
don't, you're going to hell.
Which that kind of leads to the concept of when June goes to Serena, it's like, how are you going to keep this baby girl safe? And it's like, the word of God's so important, but she's not going to be able to read.
That was the question of the episode. How will you keep her safe? Wow. Yeah.
As soon as she
changed everything.
As soon as she said that, I thought of the person that said in the chat last week, Serena's gonna get these motherly instincts. I was like, oh, someone's prediction is about to happen.
Good job, viewers, for sure.
Because she didn't know how to answer the question.
Yeah.
Right.
She was like super dumbfounded. I thought she was going to slap June. I was like,
Made her
wait
think.
for it.
Yeah.
Made her think.
I thought she might secretly teach her daughter later when she realizes, oh, wait, this is a thing I'm going to have to do if she wants to do it.
She only has 10 fingers.
But then, right, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, 9.5.
9.5.
Ouch.
She only gets so many gems.
So Eden's father. How surprised were you by that scene?
Very. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think that she would have gone home. I thought that her and Isaac would have just ran, period.
Sure.
But she's so young.
That's
a rookie
exactly.
move.
That's what I was about to say. That's the innocence in her. Like, it's a reminder that she is young. So where does a little girl go? She goes to her daddy. Like, she was a daddy's girl because she talked about it all the time. And so it's not very surprising that her dad turned her in, but what was most stuck out to me most in that scene is when Mr. Waterford was like, oh, you have another daughter. Train her up. Like,
exactly.
How insensitive.
Like,
Yep.
He was such a dick in that,
yeah.
scene. He's
And
like, yes, disgrace.
Serena actually kind of defended Eden a little bit, but Waterford's like, nope. All about nope.
Ridiculous.
And then he's impressed the father turned her in. It's like, oh, but I do love that
he
June
was very
like,
impressed.
Yeah, she's like, wait a second. Now it's getting.
It's kind of like the Amish religion. Once you leave, you may not go back.
yeah.
There is no experimenting. You're shunned from
you get
the community.
1 year you get to do it though.
Oh, that's right. That's
Devil's
right.
Playground, amazing documentary
right.
on that.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
I shall watch.
Yes, I want
They
to
get
watch
the year,
now.
they get to do whatever they
Oh,
want
really?
and decide if you want to come back or not.
They do that? Oh, okay. I didn't know
Interesting.
that.
Really good documentary.
Interesting.
But I think that was a click for everybody in that
yeah.
scene to be like, oh, even Mr. Waterford would no doubt turn in his own daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without skipping a beat.
He doesn't have a daughter, so.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Burn!
Well, more surprises. How about that slap and slap back?
Yes.
Ooh. I was like, that hurt. Like,
Okay, so you know this in all of my tinglies inside.
Yeah.
Because I've been like, June, I've been like wanting her to have this side, even though I know bigger picture. Hannah's in like you can't really do anything from behind bars or dead. But
Yeah.
this pleased me so much
Yes.
because I'm the one that's just like, oh heck no.
yeah.
And she gave it to me. I'm so happy.
It was
I'm
awesome.
so
With
happy.
a go F yourself.
Yes.
Fred.
I think she's been through hell and back at this point, that even though there's consequences, she's like, you know what? Bring it. I'm ready for him. I
Yeah.
can handle
Seriously.
anything at this point.
That was the no fudge is given.
yeah.
I mean, she's cut off like part of her ear before, or like cut out that tag in her ear. She can handle it.
Yeah.
Savage.
So,
Savage.
viewers,
handle the
listeners,
world.
would you have slapped back? Oh, it was so good.
I would have punched back.
Yeah, seriously. Checked him in the you know what,
But
like
I-
Emily did.
Luckily, though, he doesn't keep going, because then I
Yes.
think he kind of reconsiders and is like, maybe not, and stops.
I wonder why he stopped though. I mean, he took her by the face or whatever and did that, which was, you know, like, I'm gonna show you my power.
Clever Eagle said June looked possessed when she slapped him.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Hashtag over it.
Okay, so next kind of topic is Nick and June, and Rita leading into it saying your girlfriend is a badass. Aww. Right?
love her.
Yeah, we're like, aw. And the only happy moment with Nick and June the whole episode, they get to be together with the baby.
Their baby, yeah.
And
It's a little family time.
Yeah.
The tear in Nick's eyes a little bit.
Yes.
But I have to say, this scene kind of pissed me off a little bit. Maybe I'm not the only one. If I'm not the only one, please comment in the chat and please comment below so I'm not left stranded. I got pissed because I was like, what about Luke?
I know.
And she was like, I love you. I'm like,
she has been
I
out of
feel
touch
it, but
with
I'm
him.
still team Luke. Like, what about Luke? And that kind of makes
Yeah.
don't
I
know
mean, I
with
think
Luke.
that's her long term overall. And right now she's just living in the moment, living in this world, trying to get by day by day.
Yeah.
She's like, no, look at that. She's like, I don't think so.
No, you're not the only one. Quite a few people have left comments on previous videos of like, whoa, what about Luke?
Yeah.
Yes,
That
Nick
is
is great
tough.
and all.
Yes, we love
but
Nick.
Luke.
But
Yeah.
It's such
yeah,
a...
but I agree with Veronica. I think she's living in. I think when she said to Eden, like,
Yes.
grab onto love wherever you can. This is what has been brought to her, and she is looking at it as a gift in the moment. And I think she loves them both. But
Yeah.
she's been away from Luke for a long time, and I think
But-
that's hard.
It's helping her survive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He doesn't return the I love you.
Oh yeah.
Anybody notice?
I
saw
did.
it.
Whoa, I did not.
I think maybe he's just too overwhelmed.
But you know what? He has to know in
He
the back of
loves
he has to know in the back of his head what will happen whenever that moment comes that they're
Yeah.
reunited.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
what do y'all
That's
think?
right, yeah.
Team Luke, Team Nick, or team? Can they all be together?
Can they all
some
be
weird
together?
fantasy?
I want that.
Just live
Yeah.
in a
I want the third option. I want them somehow to be all together.
harmonious...
And Moira too, and her
Yes.
whatever she wants.
She needs a partner too.
We
Yeah.
can all
She
live in a
hasn't found
commune
somebody.
together.
Yeah.
Like a bunch
I mean,
of hippies.
you know, Rita and Nick, why not?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And, you know.
Why not?
So then we mentioned Serena a little bit. So we got Serena and Putnam. So the wives, that was the next big thing. So we
Yeah.
got Serena and the wives together. They're commenting like, oh, Angela's growing and things are settling. I didn't think this was going to go this direction. I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Was anybody surprised or like, oh yeah, that's totally what they're doing?
I wasn't surprised. I feel like much in real life, like a lot of people have similar feelings and they're going through the same emotions, but we are taught in society, and especially in Gilead, to, you know, to not speak up. And this is a form of controlling people, but I think that once somebody does it, you're like, wait a minute, I feel the same way too, you know, and yeah, that's the thing. I feel like more people feel the same way than are willing to speak out loud. And that was such a good testament to that. And I feel like that's real life too.
And I think Serena's like spoken out before in that kind of platform, so I think she missed that.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that the other wives were
yeah.
into it too. Well, not that. I was surprised that they went in general.
In the first place, into the council, yeah.
I thought they were all just a bunch of, you know,
That
wusses.
they went publicly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like not talking smack
Not just
behind
like,
their
Serena,
back
you go and do this for us.
Like, yeah, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I got plans
Yeah.
that night.
I gotta go knitting.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
right.
knitting class.
I gotta
It's just
not read or
safer
write.
because she was taking the consequence for them. So in a way,
Yeah,
they weren't
she was
really
the
going to get
leader.
punished.
Yeah, except for maybe later by their husbands. We don't
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't
that's right.
They talk about, Serena's like, well, I worry about their future. And then Mrs. Putnam says, like, yeah, the best life they can have. And it's one of those, but that isn't really the optimistic future we want. That's just what's available.
Yeah.
They point out the boys and girls. So that, I love the all-male council, and they're just like, oh, yeah. what do you ladies want? Oh, and they're just so, ugh. But I'm glad she was able to use the Bible as,
Wow.
hey, we should let our daughters, as well as our sons, know how to read because we all live by the word. And then I like that she pulled out the Bible verse. But it was like,
Yes.
oh, maybe that's not the best idea to read it out loud right now.
I know, it was like a bomb went off. And I love that that one Commander Warren or whatever was like, oh, did you forget your lunch, Fred? And like your wife showed up.
Yes. Oh,
Gross.
That definitely got under my skin.
So
obviously.
here, do you guys think that they were punishing her for actually reading or for actually
Yes.
challenging the power, though?
Reading out
because
loud.
how dare you like challenge their power, and that's really that pissed them off. I think. No.
I think they agreed to hear her out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because
They
she
agreed
said-
just to listen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And she did say those who are in good standing. First
Yes.
of all, what's good standing?
Exactly. What does that
Being a
mean?
commander's
Second-
wife, yeah, having
that-
privilege,
Right, that I have
Yeah.
all of my fingers and I listen to what you say.
Yeah.
And then, but then obviously we've heard before that reading is a missing a finger, or because back in the day it used to be a hand,
Right.
Commander Lawrence. But yeah, I definitely think it was just because she read out loud.
Yeah.
Because in a way that was being, she was standing up, and that was more the, yes, you can make your declaration, you can talk
We'll
about your
consider it.
amendment.
But the minute you read, you're
The
done.
minute you read,
Nope.
we got it. She was an example. They were setting an example.
And they did. She goes, I
Wow.
want an example. And Fred's like, you have. But go June. When Serena comes home, June immediately notices and is like, what happened? And then the finger and I tried. Do we think Serena is broken now?
Oh yeah, I mean,
That I tried killed me, you guys. I was like, wow. It was for the first time in a very, very long time that I have empathy towards her character and really saw the good in her.
that she looked different than she ever had. I felt like that was a total transformation for Serena. It just was
So sad.
Yeah, I think the tip of the iceberg was during Eden's death, and this was the
that's
underlining. This was the underlining.
Yeah.
The,
And Fred
the
was
larger
like,
portion of the ice.
We've had a rough day. Oh, is this what a rough day?
You think?
I'm gonna give you a rough day.
Right.
Leave your comments down below on all that. Well, because the thing is, when she was taken away, I kind of was thinking, well, this is the world you wanted. You helped build this. Not a, I don't really care about you in that way because this is what you wanted.
You wrote this law.
Yeah. But when she does
True.
have the I tried and how broken she was, you kind of, I feel a smidge bad.
And it was the first time she did something for someone other than herself. This is one of the most selfish characters.
Takira's making a face at you.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, that's debatable.
I
Sure.
understand where you're coming from. I respectfully
For the baby.
understand where you're coming from. But I still feel like this was her chance to really to get in lead, like, because she has to think in the back of her mind as a powerful woman.
Sure.
Okay, when Mr. Waterford is gone, I'm next up. Oh my gosh, this could be my chance. Let me show them what I have to be the leader of these women, and
It backfired.
Didn't work.
It
so well.
They won't ever let a woman lead. Yeah, but I know. Yeah.
She had supporters, and
That's and that's dangerous. Yeah.
We get Fred in June and his line of, we all have our roles to play. And you can stay. We can try again for a boy this time. Vomit. Gag reflex. Like,
Do they
nope.
have an Emmy category for being the biggest creep on
Yes.
TV?
Oh my gosh.
You win,
please.
Josephine.
You should win.
And he's so strict on his rules, and then he has the line, well, rules can be bent for a high-ranking commander.
I know. I was like, oh, but
you
you're
hypocrite.
Oh, but for Serena, it can't be. You can't bend the rules for your wife's finger.
I would have been like,
This is so
sorry, Commander, you're not in good standing. Your
Yeah.
sperm count doesn't put you in good standing.
Well, there's
flip the switch.
clearly many different views and many different opinions, and I know you all watch different kind of shows, and we have a lot of different shows here at AfterBuzz, and Takira's going to tell you a little bit about that.
We do. And different opinions that you can share on too.
Yes.
It's why I love. But look, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, right? From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. All of that. There's no network that works harder for you to serve television fans. But we need your help. We are asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. You will not forget it. You won't regret it. But by subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that is tailor-made for just you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be. They're completely optional, but leave them on because it's fun. So hit that subscribe button down below on this channel since you're already here, and check out all of our other channels on AfterBuzz's YouTube channel as well. But let us know that you did in the comments that you've subscribed, and we will thank you on air. We have a couple of people to thank a little later, so stay tuned. But for now, just thank you for being the absolutely best fans. You're so much fun to talk with, to comment with, and live chat. But thank you for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. We love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody, joining us live. If you can't join us live, totally cool. We love your comments, so we love reading those later. It's like, yes. Keep the conversation going.
I'm so glad that they did the live chat afterwards, because I love to read them afterwards. The
Oh,
live
yeah,
play?
you can watch it.
yeah.
Love it.
So, speaking of liking things, the forever optimist, Janine.
The forever
Aw,
optimist.
Janine.
That's great.
And June says the one thing, and Janine replies, why do you always have to see the bad stuff? Janine, I applaud your
I know.
forever optimism.
And
in the
she's
face
like, you
of
don't see me
everything."
complaining and pointing to her eye like it's not there anymore.
I mean, she has a good point.
Yeah.
Sort
Well, it's funny that she was like, don't think of the commander in the wood shepherd. I'm like, says the lady who climbed the bridge with the baby. I mean, rightfully so. It's a different scenario. I get it, but. I mean, you know, what's the level here?
That's her survival method, to just live in denial.
Everyone's got serious denial.
It's a different kind of denial. See, I'm going to look at the most positive thing, even though this is a horrible situation.
It's like,
okay,
sweetie. Alternative reality.
Yeah.
And she says about Eden, well, she died for love.
That was, I mean, she did, though.
Yeah.
Did.
But forever the optimist and the romantic, apparently,
The
too.
romantic,
Thank you, Janine.
June tells them about the book and how they comment that's brave. It's like, ooh, maybe little sprinkles of ideas of resistance for the other handmaids, too.
Ooh, I
Wait,
can read maybe,
that's right.
and then I will get my finger cut off, but I'll try.
Or die, you know.
I'm like, what? My eyes weren't anywhere. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Exactly. I'm not reading that.
What?
And then the not being optimistic, Emily is like thinking, yes, first ceremony tonight. Nope.
Yeah.
But
That
the
made
way
me
it went,
nervous.
who was surprised? I didn't think it was going to happen.
Oh, I never thought I was going to get
I was about to
with
say,
it.
am I weird that I was eager to get on with that night to see what happened?
Yes.
Because I didn't think it was going to happen either.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
all right, next scene, let's go.
Let's go.
Ceremony time.
Well,
Yes.
the teaser from the last scene when she had the knife, that threw me off. So I was like, wait,
Yes.
is the
Yeah.
ceremony gonna go crazy?
Yeah.
Is she gonna, but that.
I was like, dear Lord, let her go out with a bang.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
seriously, yes.
Hand and all.
But it's sweet that Emily mentioned
Top it
she's
off.
glad she's back, and she's glad she got to see June again. So even if you're a horrible situation, friends make it better. Aw.
That's so sweet. Yeah.
So
Very
sweet.
sweet.
And so Emily would get her back at the house and everything, and yes, she grabs that knife.
Right.
And,
Oh, she searched hard for that thing.
whoo! And
Yeah.
but then Commander Lawrence goes, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that with you. Go back to your room. And Silver and
And she's like shaking.
She-
'cause she's
yeah,
like, I'm
yeah.
ready to
adrenaline
knife you.
mode.
Yeah.
But still doesn't mean he's a good guy, right? I mean, are we still on edge at that point?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, you know?
Well, I guess not
Yeah.
with him, but I was on
Yeah.
edge with what she was gonna do, and I think Sienna, hopefully I'm saying that right, agrees with me. She said that she thought that she was planning on committing suicide, and I was gonna say her goodbyes. So
I thought she would too.
Ooh.
I was kind of in the same boat. I was like, ugh.
Wow.
I mean,
I
Like,
didn't
don't
go
do
there.
anything
that.
rash. I was worried she's gonna jump out the window, kill herself, do something
Right.
really rash,
Oh, wow.
and then lo and behold, it would be fine. So it's like, no,
Yeah.
wait till the last possible second. And also, when she's leaving, his wife, the way she's like, I didn't get to say goodbye. I go, wait, how many other
Yeah.
ladies did he maybe get out?
yes.
Oh yeah. Well, until I didn't know the ending at that point.
Yeah.
But I was like, he definitely is.
A little creeper.
He's funneling them somehow,
Yes.
some way.
Right,
And
right.
how could he not get caught? I even
And
did-
how do they not notice? Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I even
Yeah.
did like research. I was like, okay, what happened to his other? Like, I tried to go on the internet.
Yeah.
Everything on the internet's correct, but I was like, how did they get away with it?
I wonder
And
if he
so-
tells people they went to the colonies or something. And
Well, that's
Yeah.
what one person
Yeah.
said. One person was like, okay, well, he's lying and saying she was ridiculously horrible, and I'm sending her to the colonies because he technically, since he made
Right.
them,
Okay, or she's
he doesn't
barren.
have- yeah, she's that too. But
Yeah.
I saw one. She's sick from the colonies because he takes on kind of rejects, so to speak.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so there were a couple of things out there which I'm thinking maybe they'll clarify.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what happens next time.
I would like to know. Yeah.
That's a good
yeah.
theory. I like those theories. Emily and Lydia. Oh man,
Heyo.
that was great.
Aunt Lydia.
Man, is she resting? The pillow is it because of R.I.P. This is the moment where I was like,
We'll see.
my little sister and I told you guys she's a really
Yeah.
big fan. She came and sat with us, but
Yeah.
I was like, is she daydreaming? Like
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom. I was like, what the heck did I just miss?
You didn't think it was real?
I didn't think it was
Yeah.
real. I was
Wow.
like, okay, still 5 minutes on into the scene. Like,
Yeah.
is she gonna wake up? I really didn't
Wow.
believe, and the fact that
It was
they
crazy.
just put it under the rug. How can you hide Aunt Lydia?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's another
Well, she's
one
going
of
to the
the-
ambulance, right? I mean, they're taking her to the hospital.
Well, we
We don't.
Martha
Is that
said
official?
to call the ambulance, but did Lawrence really?
Ah.
It seems like it's
Yeah.
a bit later, so time has
Okay.
passed that we don't know.
Yeah, because the sun
Oh,
went down.
man,
And it was
so many
dark.
questions.
I know.
Yes.
We'll funnel that to predictions,
Yes.
but
Yes, and my husband was like, "That's radical," and I've like never heard him say radical in his life. And I was like, "What did you just say? Like, what did happen?" He's like, "That's
Oh.
radical."
The stab and
radical,
shoving
I
her
love
down
it.
the stairs was beautiful. So that was a
So
rewarding
cool.
moment
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Yes.
the blood.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I know that I said somehow Lydia was going to be a missing piece puzzle
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
kind of
what?
sneak out. I was like, well, if this is her puzzle piece, well, maybe.
I also said to my husband, I said, "Takira's
She's
gonna be
doing
mad
her
because
part.
that's her girl." And
Right.
she,
I was like, she's the puzzle piece, but who am I to decide the design of that puzzle piece?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's what happened.
Or how it's gonna
Yes.
fit. Yeah.
You know.
So we'll get more in depth with it, but he frees her. Who was surprised?
He what? Sir?
Like, he lets her go. I mean, we kind of said it.
Oh, yeah.
But was anybody shocked? I wrote down my notes. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't
No,
shocked.
I just feel like he was too calm and
Yeah.
the whole walking on broken glass.
Yeah, that
song in the car was
That's
so
when I
cool.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, he's chill.
Okay.
But
All right.
he's also nonchalant because he says, oh, yeah, I'm just getting myself in deep shit.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
like, don't
okay.
do drugs.
Yes.
What a brilliant actor. That was really
so
well
good.
done.
Lovely.
I mean, it was well written, but the way he did it really just,
Yes.
brought
so
it.
great.
Brought it.
A few people were saying that they were surprised in the chat,
Oh,
which is kind of
okay.
interesting.
Well,
Oh,
because
yeah, I'm
this
sure
show
people
makes
were
you not
surprised.
trust
Anybody. That's,
Anybody.
that's
Anybody.
exactly right.
Not even
Anybody.
yourself, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, you can't think that. Are you crazy? No, I'm not
Exactly.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you can't.
And even he can't trust Emily all the way. He has to make sure that she hasn't turned, right? And kind of
yeah.
question her and put her in a corner a little
Yep.
bit.
Yeah, he's like, you
I-
ran over a guard. How did that feel? And she's like,
Yeah.
great.
And a really good
Yeah.
point. PKMN DJK says, does anyone know that Emily was with Commander Lawrence besides Aunt Lydia?
Oh, good
Depends
point.
how they do the records.
I don't know how
Yeah.
they do that.
If they
I mean,
can't
She
write,
might be the overseer, yeah.
They keep
of
record,
everything.
I think.
well,
right?
the ants,
Yeah.
do they keep records because supposedly they shouldn't be able to read or write?
They put pictures of
They have
everyone.
pictures? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the pictures.
Like an NBA
Oh,
draft
no.
board.
Yeah.
Like this picture, this picture.
Exactly,
Oh,
it's
no.
paring it down
No.
to
Right.
Commander
No.
Lawrence.
The matching.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Did the after moment when she stabbed Aunt Lydia and possibly killed her. Such good acting.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no
her
lines in
face?
that scene, and I was like, you felt her freedom for
Yeah.
like
Oh,
those
yeah.
3 seconds.
She's a wonderful actress.
and then it just went to like, oh wait, now I'm gonna die. But you
Yeah.
felt her freedom.
She
That was
smiled.
my favorite
she
moment.
Was
laughed.
surprised, and she has a, oh no, what have I done?
What have I done?
And it's all in there.
All of that.
So
Yes.
different from Gilmore Girls. So like Liddell.
yeah,
Yes.
Look at that range.
Now, I know a lot of you are probably watching on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. If you're watching, rather listening on iTunes, please give us 5 stars. Leave comments what you like about the show, and you know what you'd like to see for next season. And we would love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely.
All right, so the final piece of this puzzle, because
Breathing.
now you got puzzle in my head. All right,
Just breathe.
so
Take a moment.
I don't think I breathed the entire last
Yes.
10 minutes.
No.
right? Okay, so we have June gets her moment with Holly, and Rita comes out of nowhere and says, "Grab the baby, you can leave right now." And June very smartly kind of goes, "Whoa, wait. Who's we? What is
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah.
Not quite so blinded like last time of let's get some information.
She's
From
like,
Martha's.
I'm like, I've done this 3 times now. I'm kind of tired of coming back.
Yes.
Is there planes involved? I'm not getting
Yes.
Yeah, is there a guarantee on this
Yeah.
rescue?
Yeah.
There's a couple fires. There's like one on one side of the house and a smaller one on the other side, which is great. She gets the nod from Nick.
Oh, it was so subtle.
So bye. Take care.
He's like, do it now.
Yes, to do it now.
Chance, yeah. Ultimate sacrifice. Yeah.
You
he
know
made
what?
a
A
sacrifice.
small detail that we skipped over.
Yeah.
Nick holding the gun.
Oh
and-
no, we're about to get to that.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. No, Fred
JK.
notices all the commotion going on, and he figures something's going wrong. Runs upstairs, notices everything, notices the baby's gone, and notices our, don't let the bastards grind you down.
Yes!
Yes, June is like, "Oh, I'm gonna carve that on the wall. Hold on. And Nick stops
Savage.
him and has a hand on the shoulder and
So
a hand
calm.
on the gun. Oh,
So Kami's like, sir, we're going to stay here. It's too dangerous.
Right.
Who's who's
Forward.
empowered now?
Yes.
Yeah, power move.
Nick
Yeah.
can't stay there now. Like after
Yeah,
that's
after-
it. No, that's now you got to move on, Nick.
Yeah, unless he really convinces the commander, like, you were in danger.
Yeah, maybe. Serena
that's possible.
spotting June.
I wondered how that happened. Was she in the
was
greenhouse?
Yes. And she walks by,
Yeah, yeah.
June walks by the greenhouse, sees Serena, ducks, and then Serena is able to see her.
Yeah.
And then
That's right.
I was worried they're doing the tug of war with the baby. It's like, oh, don't drop it.
Also, I was like, get
yeah.
the F out
That
of there
too.
now. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh,
You didn't trust that she would give the baby back?
I didn't.
I didn't. I thought she was going to run
Just
for a second.
Just for a second. Just because we
Yeah.
trusted her so much. And I was like, you know what? She's going to step away and she's going to yell.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I thought would happen too.
But then, when it didn't happen, I was like,
Wow.
okay. That's the first moment when
Yeah.
what I thought needed to happen happened with Serena. And it
She
was
did
nice.
look real tired though.
Oh, yeah. I lost a finger.
But this is the thing, though, of it's when you love someone so much, you're able to let them go because you know it'll be a better opportunity. Because
Yes,
June makes the
sure.
argument, she can't grow up here.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, it's going to be horrible for her. And so she gets a goodbye. And then June says, blessings on you, Serena.
Yes.
Which she means it genuinely. I
She
know I said that
does.
very
Oh, she does.
sarcastically, but it still sucks of like,
Yeah, I guess so.
everything's been taken from her. Not that we're totally siding with Serena or anything, but still, it's unfortunate all these
Right,
things
yeah.
happen, and then this other person says, blessings on you.
And all she wanted was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a storyline.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
epic.
On the way out, Candace Renee Makeup and Beauty said, I honestly didn't think that the commander cared too much about the baby, which is why he was
No.
like, yeah, because
Yeah.
he could have done more. I mean, when you truly think about it, if he really wanted to, he could have went outside.
Yeah.
He could have
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a high-ranking commander.
Oh,
Yeah.
of
He
course.
cares about his
Yeah.
power.
I like that the Marthas call her June,
Yeah,
which
that's
is great.
so nice.
And there's at least 6 of them that help her because it was like, it says
for
Martha
this.
number 6.
Yeah.
And then she sees
so
Emily, so
lovely.
that was
Wow.
great. I didn't expect that they'd be in the same spot, but then oh wait, maybe she'll be picked up in the same car.
Yeah.
All right, this is where I was good up till
Swear
this
it
point,
gets-
and then she hesitates, and this is where it's nail biting. Why? Leave your comments. How did you feel in these last moments? Because June hesitates, goes up to Emily, gives her the baby. One goes call her Nicole.
Oh,
Yep.
Hook.
Nicole.
Tell her I love her, and she
like-
doesn't go in. And I'm like, here's my F-bomb of the show too. I actually wrote, I'm like, fuck that shit. I was like, nope,
Yep.
I'm done.
Carrie's done.
What's so funny is my husband called that car being Emily, like the headlights, and he's like,
Yeah.
"That's Emily," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
I was
guess.
hoping it was.
interesting.
Yeah, no, I knew that
But
too.
I was like, "You're so smart," and then I was like, "No, get in." Like I couldn't. I was like, "Ugh."
Ah.
I will say, I love that there was 6. And then the 7th, I mean, you know, if you're religious, so the number 7 is the number of completion.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, number 7, here we go. Yeah. This is the last home stretch. And then it was him and then Emily. And I was like, I think at that moment, I was like, not gonna happen, because she took Hannah's picture for a reason, and in the back of my mind I'm like, she can't do this, because
can't.
the end goal here has always been Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she promised her, right? She
But
would-
yeah, the whole Nicole thing. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. My
Yeah.
apologies.
No, you didn't. You guys, you didn't
Well,
like
the
that.
thing is, well,
I
if
liked
it's
the Nicole
Nicole, that means she's not going to be around because Holly is meaningful to her. So if she's not there, Nicole kind of works because
okay.
she's more from her father and like the
Yeah.
distance from
And
it.
I also think she really knew that Serena, in this last, giving the baby
Yeah.
over, she knew that Serena
Nope.
loved her.
It was a way to honor
It was a way to
Serena.
honor her
That's how I saw
unconditional
it.
love of letting the baby have a
That's how
a
I
better
saw
life.
it. Yeah.
Listeners, Takira and I are making faces.
No, I'm making faces
that's
just
so
because,
funny.
you know, there's a middle name for a reason. It's for all the people that,
Holly
you know,
Nicole.
Holly Nicole.
Holly Nicole
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
That sounds
It
better
sounds
than Nicole
great.
Holly. Yeah.
But that's a really good point that you bring up as far as her thinking that she's not ultimately going to be in her life, even though she's going to be with Emily.
Yeah,
It's
or maybe she has
interesting.
hopes that Emily will find Moira and Luke and like.
Yeah.
It gets much easier
Yeah.
once they're across.
Somebody,
yeah.
somebody in the chat, it's way up there. But somebody in the chat shipped Moira and Emily with Holly and Nicole. So that's kind of
Well,
you know.
is if
her
Emily's wife has moved on.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
These are really particular weird circumstances. I think some relationships
exciting,
might
though.
be a little more different than usual. Because it's like,
Yeah.
The other thing, I mean, I guess this will tie into predictions, so hold those of kind of think about this. One, why did she go back, and what do you think her plans are? So why did June go back? What are her plans? Hold on to that thought.
Holding.
And then what do we think is something going to happen with Lawrence and anybody else you want to chime in what you think will happen to them? So hold those. So we're going to get into our special segment, which is our Resist Sister, and this show is our Resist Sister.
Yes.
Yes.
Is overall 20? Overall 20?
20 Emmy nominations
take it
for
away.
The Handmaid's Tale. Wow, yes.
Deserved
So-
every single
Yes.
one.
Every single one. So it's kind of crazy. Last year they had 13. This year they have 20.
Yeah.
Big deal.
7 more.
7
more. Yes.
You know, the number of completion. I'm just
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I got the chills. But yeah, that's basically it. Congratulations to them. But I did want to read a quote from the series creator, Bruce Miller, because he kind of honors they ask him about his Emmy nominations and, you know, how he feels and all that. And he goes on to honor the book. So he just says, I think we're still riding on Margaret's coattails. She's our guiding light, and the book and the world she created. The audience might feel we're moving off of that central story, but we've spent so much time talking about the things that happen in the book and what are the next things that might happen. And he says, I personally still feel so connected to the book and Margaret's world, guided by her, and any recognition we get is a testament to what she created. So I thought that was very
I
sweet.
dig it. Yes.
Love it.
And then we got our news. And tweets that stood out on the Twitterverse.
The Twitterverse. Okay, so producer Warren Littlefield was revealing what he talked to Ann Dowd about, who plays Aunt Lydia, about what's going to happen to her character. So he told her, you're not dead, but it's going to be a pretty brutal scene, which she was completely up for, which we obviously commented earlier. Right. It was really brutal. Also, Bruce Miller himself revealed the character's fate in a conference call to journalists, saying Aunt Lydia does not die. I don't think Aunt Lydia can die.
Wow.
I don't think there are forces in the world strong enough to kill Aunt Lydia, and by extension, the incredibly strong and fabulous Ann Dowd, I think, is with us for a long, long time. She is transformed by this event, though, because one of her girls, in her own twisted way of thinking, she thinks there's love between them, has literally stabbed her in the back. And that kind of alters your workplace feeling on a day-to-day basis, and you don't want to turn your back on them. So I think, this is Bruce saying, I think in some ways there's a lot of possible effects, but in her case, it makes her double down, and that she feels she wasn't strong enough in her discipline to begin with. So she's decided it's time to get even tougher.
No!
So
I can't.
Aunt Lydia is going to get even or... All right,
What?
You know, you would think that this would kind of knock her down a little bit.
Yeah.
What?
Nope, apparently not.
Damn,
Alright.
What's worse than what's happening?
I know, right? And as far as some awesome tweets, there's so many. Alana Calvert said, I hope the next season of Handmaid's Tale... Oh no, what happened? Hold on. I hope the next season of Handmaid's Tale gets released before the series finale of America.
Aww.
So that's lovely to hear.
Oh my God.
Also, at AGITA Tricks, I don't know how to say that. Can we just note that it's mostly women of color blowing up commanders and running the Underground Railroad out of Gilead? And someone commented and said, I almost feel that it's intentionally done that way as an ode to Harriet Tubman, which that was a lot of Twitter reaction about Harriet Tubman, and I thought that was awesome.
It was in my notes for sure. I was like, let's go, Miss Underground Railroad.
All the Marthas, well, we've talked about almost all the Marthas have been women of color.
That's right.
Lawrence's Martha didn't. I didn't think so, but
No.
all the ones who helped her were.
I was very happy to see that. Martha's are they're somewhat still a really powerful connection in the house. I was really happy to see that, but and even for that short moment of time, you can still make such a big impact.
Yes,
And shout out to Kelly Jenrette. She was nominated for the Emmy, like you guys said, and Samira Wiley for both nominated as Best Guest Actress. So the doctor that Serena called in, one episode, one good scene, couple good scenes. So
the moment.
It's great.
Kudos. So congratulations, diversity.
It's a big deal.
I really want to see more diversity in the writers' room next season. So I'm very interested where they'll take that. I think they'll listen to the viewers. I really think
that would change a lot.
listen to the viewers.
Different perspective.
All right, let's do some quick predictions and any other final thoughts since it's the season finale.
Your AfterBuzz
And anybody watching, listening, please leave your comments about what you thought of the finale and predictions. Anybody burning with them?
Go
for
it. We all are, so.
Okay. Go, Liz.
I think with the Marthas, I think it's interesting because they were all hiding in plain sight. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
So I think that the reason June turned around is because she is the perfect person to lead this resistance, and she knows now she is not alone. She has Commander Lawrence. She has these Marthas. She knows that she has people to turn to. And I think that Serena's going to continue on a downward spiral, and I hope at the very end that June and her will, unite, and that Serena will join the resistance. Those are my predictions.
Oh, I hope so.
piggybacking on that, that's exactly it. My thought from the beginning, my dream was that, the wives would join with the handmaids and there's be a woman revolution against the patriarchy. That's my dream. But
Dang it can happen. Hold on now.
But now that Serena understands that, now that she understands that they're going to treat her a certain way, I don't think she's going to go back to sort of build what she thought was, right. I don't think there's going back for her at this point. So she might join June, but also I feel like, I wrote, they ask, oh God, sorry, it's like so much. Okay, so they teach women like Serena to suggest something, and then they say no. Then they say ask for it. No. So what do you do if you don't get it that way? You demand it, or you take it, and then you wage war. It's like these steps of this evolution of trying to get something for yourself. So I think she's gonna wage war. I'm ready.
Like
I'm
a
down.
revolutionary war.
Yes.
I'm down too. I'm gonna call a few from the
Yes,
chat.
please.
Vic Contreras, maybe. I think June will go for Commander Lawrence and find a way to help get the kids out of Gilead.
Okay.
That's a good twist. I think
wow.
I think that's actually a really good thing that should be done.
I hope so.
One person, because it's all the way up there, said that Mr. and Mrs. Waterford will be killed. That's a little extreme, but it could happen
If their
because
handmaid got out again.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
they did
true.
say that.
Yeah.
That the handmaid got out one more time. But after your news, I thought that Lydia would, somehow kind of be the puzzle again. But I don't know if that's gonna happen anymore. I know we gotta wrap, but I'm gonna leave my predictions they're all throughout the comments because I know so many people are gonna leave them.
Yes.
Please do.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
reading them, so sway me because I will have
Yes.
about 10,000 things to say.
And June is going for Hannah. I mean, that's first and foremost.
I
Right.
hope so. And I hope she gets something done because this is like, I was annoyed because this is like when you're on a plane, you're supposed to save yourself, then help the other people.
Right.
So I want her to have a plan. I'm like, what do you
Right.
think you're going to accomplish? So
Right.
I just hope she accomplishes something because otherwise all those Marthas risk their lives for her for nothing.
And
Though the baby did get out, but still.
But that and how many times have they done that
Yes.
too? So
Yeah.
They're going to be like, we're
For
done,
how
we're not
many
going to help you
much?
anymore. All right.
Right.
Thank you so much for watching, listening this whole season. It's been
thank
a
you,
pleasure.
guys.
Where can
Thank
they
you,
continue
guys.
the discussion with you all?
Yes, continue the discussion in the comments below for
Yes,
sure.
please.
But you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Takira Shabae. You can find me at Takira_Shabae.
Yeah. Hey guys, had such a good time. Thank you guys for watching this entire season. We love doing this, and keep in touch. Keep in touch. You can keep in touch at my Instagram at Veronica _B online.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Lesley Powers 15, and you can find me on Instagram at LMPowers15 and on Sharp Objects on Sundays at 8. And I will miss the show so much. And please tune in next season.
Yes, thank you again. And you guys can find me online at Kari Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Pleasure being with you, and we will
Thank
see
you
you
for
all next season.
watching. Praise be.
Hey.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Praise be!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.